Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleanor and today I'm going to be going through every single book I bought in 2020 and telling you whether or not I've read it. I have done 6 book hauls on my channel in 2020 and this is all the books I hauled and we're just going to go through them. Disclaimer, I'm sure there are books that I've bought that I didn't necessarily put into a book haul just because I didn't put them in a book haul. I believe there are 39 books that I bought in 2020 that are in hauls. I'll leave those 6 videos linked in the description if you'd like to watch them individual, because I will maybe talk more about the books individually. Because I already know this video is going to be quite long, I'm not going to go into too much detail about each book individually. So I think let's get started. The first haul video was in January. And the first book I bought was Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. I have read this. It was very weird, very Neil Gaiman, but good though. The next book I bought was The Secret Commonwealth by Philip Pullman, the second book of Dust and his companion series. And yes, I have read this. I was quite disappointed and I did an individual book review for this book as well. I'm not going to, I think I did individual book reviews for a lot of these books if I've read them. I'm not going to link them all because I'd be here all day putting in links, but if you're interested just check on my channel and it'll be there. The next book I bought was Crimson Snow Winter Mysteries, edited by Martin Edwards. I believe this is a short story collection. I haven't read it yet. Maybe I should read it now because it's the right time of year. The next book I bought was Women of the Dunes by Maine. I have read this, really enjoyed it. The next book I bought was The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I haven't read this yet. And we have Warm Bodies by Marion. I have read this. Very strange zombie book. The next book is The Yonder Foul Up by David Lee Stone. I believe this is the second book in a series, the Illmoor Chronicles. Think Terry Pratchett-esque, but for younger readers. It was okay. The first one was better. I'm not continuing on with the series. The next haul I did was in March. I bought Cursed, an anthology, edited by Marion and Paul Kane, featuring short stories from Neil Gaiman, Charlie, Jean Anders, M.R.Carey and Christina Henry. This had a lot of my favourite authors in it, and I did enjoy this creepy short story collection. Can't think of my words there. We've got Days in Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I haven't read this yet. This is the second book in the series. I just haven't got around to it yet. Then we have Transition by Iain Banks. Absolutely loved this. So good. It's a standalone science fiction story about parallel worlds and stuff like that. Excellent. Then we have Tinder by Sally Gardner. I love this. This is like a retelling of the Tinderbox fairy tale, and the artwork in here is beautiful. Would highly recommend this. Then we have Foundation by Asimov. I didn't enjoy this as much as I was expecting, far too political, but if you're interested in classic sci-fi, give it a go. Then we have Record of a Spaceborn Few by Becky Chambers. This is part of the Wayfarer series. Absolutely loved it. Can't recommend this series enough. I don't know whether I said whether I've read them all. Those last few that I've talked about, I've read them all. I'm really bad at this. I'm not refilming that. The next book I bought was Fellside by M.R.Carey. I have read this. It's like a creepy ghost story set in a women's prison. Very good, very dark and twisted. And the last book I bought in March was The Daughter of the Forest by Juliet Marillier. This is the first book in the Seven Waters trilogy. And this is a book I absolutely hate. in physicality. This is a huge paperback that's the size of a hardback. The writing is gigantic. There's so much wasted space. I hate this book so much. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to pick up this edition of the book. It's awful. I hate this. Why do they make books like this? The next haul I did was in May, where I bought Feersum in Endjinn by Iain Banks. I have started to read this, but I put it down to come back to it later. I was trying to read it during my lunch break at work, but this required far more concentration than I could do at work when I was so distracted and interrupted all the time. There's a point of view in here that's like stream of consciousness from someone who, I wouldn't say they're illiterate, but they write the way they speak and they write phonetically. And I'm struggling to read it, really, really struggling. So I think I really need to properly concentrate when I read it. So as of now, I haven't read this. Then we have Shakespeare's Landlord and Shakespeare's Champion by Charlene Harris. This is the books 1 and 2 of the Lily Bard mystery series. I've read a lot of Charlene Harris. I haven't got to this series yet. I haven't read them. Then we have A Slip Under the Microscope by H.G. Wells. I haven't read this. I really enjoy H.G. Wells and I'm wanting to read all of his work. It's really bad I haven't gotten to this yet because I don't even think it's 100 pages. It's like 50 or 60 pages, so I should really read this. And then I bought The City and the Stars by Arthur C. Clarke. Again, I like reading classic sci-fi. I really, really love this book. I thought it was fantastic. Such a fantastic concept and world and really well done. The next haul I have here is from August, where I bought Of Blood and Bone by Nora Roberts. This is book 2 in the Chronicles of the One trilogy, and I've read this. I read the whole trilogy, loved it. And I love the colouring of this, it's beautiful. Then I've got The Girl from the Other Side by Nagabe. This is a manga. This is the first in quite a long series, I believe, that's still being written, and yeah, it was beautiful. Then we have The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, and this book has been in so many of my videos this year. I haven't read it yet. This is the second book in the Broken Earth trilogy. Then we have The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is the third book in the Winter Night trilogy, and as of filming I am on page 140 and I'm loving it. Such a great conclusion so far to this trilogy, and I'm excited to finish reading it. So I'm going to put in red because by the time this video goes up I will have finished it. Then we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I started to read this. I got to page 68 and I put it down. I love the concept of this. I love the theory and like the idea behind this story. It is just so slow, and I don't know if I'll go back to it or not, but as of right now it's currently DNF and I haven't finished reading it. Next we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I absolutely loved this. This was fantastic. Would 100% recommend. So good. Then we have The Night Watch by Sergei Lukavanenko. This is the first in a series and I haven't read this yet. And then we have As Old as Time by... They never have it on the outside. Liz Braswell, which is a Disney Twisted Tale, and this one is about Beauty and the Beast. I have read this and it was really good. I enjoyed it. And lastly, for August, I have Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. I have read this and yeah, it was quite good. It was interesting to see Twilight from Edward's perspective, and it's a huge book. We're getting there. Next we have the books I bought in October. So the first book was Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I have read this very recently. I absolutely loved it. One of my favourite books of the year. So good. Then we have Feed by Myra Grant. This is the first in a series, and it's about zombies, and again, was excellent. Loved this. Then we have The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I loved The Night Circus by her. I really want to pick up The Starless Sea, and I'm hoping to do that sometime in 2021. Then we also have Murder Games by James Patterson. I haven't read this. This is the first book. I don't know if it's a series or standalone or what. There's a TV series called Instinct with Alan Cummings in it, and I really enjoyed the TV series, and after like 2 seasons or something it was dropped. So I bought the first book that it was based off of by James Patterson. This isn't normally something I would read, but I like the TV series, so at some point I'll pick up the book. Then we have Red Rising by Pierce. Oh my goodness, that was bad. We have Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is the first in a big sci-fi space opera series, and I'm really excited to get to it, but I haven't read it yet. Then we have Recursion by Brilliant Crouch. I love Dark Matter so much. I've bought Recursion. I haven't read it yet. I'm really looking forward to picking it up. And lastly, for October, we have Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. This is my first Grady Hendrix, and it was really good. And this one is based in knockoff IKEA and is about ghosts and was fantastic. And last but no means least, we have my November book haul. I bought a few books in Scottish Gaelic in this haul. I've not included it in this video because they're books that I'm using for learning the language, so they're more like textbook kind of books, and I can't just pick them and read them whenever I want because I can't read them yet. So we're ignoring them and not including them in this list because that would add 13 books to this list and it would look worse stats wise, so I'm not doing that. The first book I bought in November was Perisani by Susanna Clarke. This was perfection. Absolutely loved this book. My favourite book of the year, hands down. Then we have The OMG Effect by Reverend Chris Lee. This is just a book about Christianity and was really, really good and really enjoyed it. Have read this. And then last book I bought so far in 2020, or not so far, this is the last book I bought in 2020, was Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. I haven't read this yet, I haven't picked up yet. I'm in the middle of reading 2 other books and I'm not wanting to pick up another one right now, so I need to pick this up. Otherwise, what was the point in me pre-ordering it? So yeah, that was a whirlwind of 39 books. Hopefully you actually understood what I was saying. I've just done a quick adding from the piles I have beside me, and out of the 39 books I've just mentioned, I've only not read 15 of them, which I think's not too bad. It's most of my, well, about half of my TBR shelf down at the bottom of the bookcase there. It's that pile of 15 that I haven't read, so I'm pretty pleased with that. That didn't go as badly as I'd feared. So that's all 15 books. I think the bottom couple are chopped off, so Recursion, The Obelisk, and The Daughter of the Forest, and maybe The Secret History, you can't see. But that's the 15 books that I haven't read. Let me know which ones I have to prioritise in 2021. I'm sure I know a couple of them will probably be maybe The Starless Sea, Red Rising, and probably The Obelisk. I'm thinking that's the ones you're going to tell me I have to read immediately. But let me know. I'm out of breath now after that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long. And if you stuck out to the end of the video, leave me a stack of books emoji, just so I know. Because that'd be quite fun. I've not done that before, and other people do that. But yeah, let me know which book I should prioritise. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this. I've got lots more videos on my channel. If any of the books that I have read interest you, I have got lots and lots of review videos for a lot of those books, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!